Now, Britain will not host another World Cup for a generation. That's the verdict from the man who headed the losing England 2018 campaign. Andy Anson says the voting process itself lacks transparency, and England should not bother bidding for future finals until that changes. Keme Nzerem reports from Zurich.
Yes, in Qatar, they do know how to throw a party. And yes, the Russian Prime Minister does know how to smile. But England, today, left wondering where it all went so wrong.
I feel unbelievably disappointed, and I do feel let down. It's hard not to. You know, when people promise you something and don't deliver, when people shake your hand, you've usually got a deal. That's pretty tough to take. It's pretty hard to look some people in the eye this morning.
Team England are adamant. They were given clear assurances that rolling out the big guns of the future king, the Prime Minister and the country's most famous footballer really could win them the bid. Instead, they're leaving Zurich humiliated. So were they misled, or perhaps just a little bit misguided? What really went on in the privacy of FIFA's relatively secret ballot may never be clear. But we now understand the only delegate who ended up backing England was Issa Hayatou of Cameroon. The same man accused by Panorama of corruption. He denies it. The rest of England's promised support disappeared. One of them, the Japanese delegate, told us this morning it was all the fault of the Sunday Times and the BBC.
If nothing happened, for England had a big chance, I think. So I don't know what the Sunday Times, BBC error.
So much for all the late night lobbying.
Mr. Warner, what happened with the English vote? You promised the spokes, Mr. Warner.
England had been courting Jack Warner's 3 votes since their bid began, but they went begging too. He declined to explain why. Now England say FIFA's voting system stinks, and until things change, they won't be bidding again.
Don't bother until you know that the process is going to change to allow bids like ours to win. Because when you have the best technical bid, the fantastic inspection visit, the best economic report, and from what people told me yesterday, the best presentation, it's quite hard to stomach that seems to count for absolutely nothing.
But exactly what does count, they have yet to figure out. Keme Nzerem, Channel 4 News, Zurich.